What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different, and it's actually inspired by my all-time favorite YouTuber, Delilah Lepke. Almost a year ago, she made a video where she woke up every day at 5 a.m. for a month, and I have done that like on and off ever since. I saw her video, I was like super inspired. I was like, oh, I'll do it, but I like have not been consistent about it, and I've wanted to get back into it for so long. It's like, okay, after the move, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start getting up at 5 a.m., kickstarting my day, and yeah, that has not happened, not even kind of. So I decided I would make a YouTube video out of it because I feel like I'm pretty accountable if I put it on the internet and if I'm planning on putting it on the internet. So that is what we're gonna do. We're gonna wake up at 5 a.m. every day for a month. I think it's like it takes 21 days to create a habit and 7 days to ruin it. Let me look. Okay, well, it looks like that's actually wrong, and it can take anywhere from 2 months to 8 months, so. But we're gonna try it for a month and just see how it goes. So, yeah, I just feel like I need to do this because, I don't know, because I feel like I feel like I just need to kickstart my morning in a better way. It's partially because I feel like I need to get some more work done because I feel like there's too much to do during the day with Bash. So it partially has to do with that fact and just like wanting to get more done during the day and get more done before Bash wakes up. And then it's also partially because I feel like I need to start the mornings a little less chaotic and like a little more peaceful and just like a little more like take a little more time for myself. Currently I'm basically waking up when Bash wakes up. When we first moved here, for some reason I was waking up at like 5 a.m. like every single day. I was actually doing really good about waking up early and getting a kickstart to my morning before Bash woke up, but I can't remember what switched it, but something switched it, and now I'm like sleeping in to like, I mean, 6:30 or 7, and that's not even like really sleeping in. but I just want to like, I just want my mornings to myself, because when I have the time to just wake up and like take the time to wake up, kind of get myself put together a little bit, and then especially I want to start taking more mornings to cultivate my relationship with the Lord. I have been so bad about personal prayer and personal scripture study I've never been really good or really consistent about it, and it's just been something, especially with just like the climate of like just the world lately, it's just been like, I feel like I've just been getting that message of like, stop turning to social media for quote peace, like when I need to like unplug and find peace in my day. I feel like I just turn to social media to like distract me, and I feel like I've been getting the message a lot over these past few months, and I've kind of been pushing it to the side that I need to start turning to the Lord more, and I've been really bad about listening to that, and so I definitely need to do that. So I want to start doing that, and then I also want to start like just being more awake and either trying to work out before Bash gets up or doing it like right when he wakes up. And that's mostly because I want this pregnancy to be a lot healthier than my last pregnancy. My pregnancy with Bash, I was super unhealthy during that pregnancy. I just slept, and then I woke up and I went to work, and then I came home and I ate dinner and I fell asleep. I worked at a desk job, and so I gained a lot of weight, and I just lived a really, really unhealthy lifestyle. And so just with this pregnancy, it's been a goal of mine to be a lot healthier, and I did really good the first 6 weeks, but ever since then I haven't worked out. So it's been like a good 14, 15 weeks since then at this point. So by the time you guys see this, it's been like 20 weeks since I worked out, and that's just no. Like, I need to do something, you know, like it doesn't need to be crazy or intense, and I'm not doing it to lose weight or anything, but it's just so that I'm just living healthier, and hopefully the labor will be easier and things like that. So all my goals. wake up at 5 a.m., spend time with the Lord and cultivating my personal relationship with Him, take time for myself, and take time to nourish my body and strengthen my body. So those are my goals with waking up at 5 a.m. I think it's going to be really good for me, but I think it's going to be really hard. I feel like the first few days either are going to be really easy or really terrible, but I imagine that it's going to go like this. Anyhow, so we will see how it goes, and I just wanted to take you guys along, show you guys how I'm doing this and how this works, and if this is going to work. Pray for me. Anyhow, so I will see you guys tomorrow morning for an update on day 1 of waking up at 5 a.m. Got done doing my scripture study. It felt just good, peaceful, like silent. I'm trying not to talk too quietly, and I'm trying to talk really quietly because I don't want to wake Ruben up or Sebastian, and mostly I don't want to wake Sebastian up. But I was looking through, we have 2 boxes left that we have not unpacked that we need to. We just haven't gotten to it. So my scriptures have obviously been in there. I have not been doing any kind of scripture study or anything these last few weeks. If you're new to my channel, I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I have this scripture. This is not what our typical scriptures look like. I got a special printed version if you're interested. If you're not, that's fine. But it has wide margins because I really like to take notes while I read, and I do have like a separate kind of study guide that I follow that just has like prompting questions, not provoking questions, things like that, just kind of deepen your study, but I do still like to write in the margins as I study, so if you're interested, I will link this down below because I did not make this myself. I'm sure I could have, but I didn't do it. This morning wasn't too bad, but I feel like I had like low-key anxiety about making sure I woke up at 5, so I woke up at like 3:45 and then 4:30, and I just kept waking up and like, because I didn't want to miss my alarm, but I didn't. And so I feel like today, because I had been up and like in a very light state of sleep since like 3:45, waking up at 5 wasn't the worst, but definitely don't expect every day to be like this. So we'll see. I feel like it might hit me later today. It will definitely hit me tonight. But yeah, day 1, not so bad, honestly. I have a feeling day 2 and day 3 might be kind of rough. We'll check in later. Good morning. Today is day 2, and it was definitely not easy waking up this morning. I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that we went to bed super late last night. We had some friends over for dinner last night, and it was just a late night, and that's fine. It was like such a good night, but I'm exhausted. It was really hard to wake up. I snoozed until 5:20, and then I think the only reason I woke up was by chance. I think I would 100% still be asleep. So today I'm feeling it. My eyes are like burning. I'm so tired. So yeah, today is pretty rough, but trying to have a positive attitude for the rest of the day. I'm about to get some work done, get as much editing done as I can before Bash wakes up, so can't talk too long. Gotta take advantage of all this time. Okay, good morning. It is now like a week since I started waking up at 5 a.m. and I've been really bad this week. I went out of town and I was so tired on that trip. I was like, I'm just gonna let myself sleep in. And then the next day I slept in because I was like, oh, it's Saturday. And then I'm not gonna be waking up at 5 a.m. on Sundays. And then it came to Monday and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I was like fully prepped too. And then I guess I forgot. I think I turned that alarm off when I went out of town. So I didn't turn it back on. I thought I was set, but for sure wasn't. So anyhows, but waking up today was actually really easy, easier than I thought. So we're doing good. I really enjoy it. But I just wanted to give you guys that update because it's been a couple of days. But I found that getting up and like getting ready for the most part really helps in like kickstarting my day. My husband tried to wake up with me at 5 a.m. today and he is still in bed 90% asleep. So it's not for everybody, it's not the easiest, but it's working pretty well for me. Anyhow, I will see you guys in a couple of days. Good morning. It is 7:15. I've been up for like 15 minutes now. This whole 5 a.m. thing has been really hard the past few days, like practically the past week. I think I've only woken up once at 5 a.m. or even close to 5 a.m. I'm just really tired. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I haven't been going to bed at a good hour. Like I've been going to bed around 11 o'clock every night thinking that like 5 to 6 hours of sleep is like fine. It is not. So yeah, I started really strong and I have hit snooze for 2 hours 2 days in a row now. So we're struggling, but I'm gonna try and go to bed earlier tonight. I usually do. I usually put Bash down. We usually put Bash down at like between 7:30 and 8:30 at the latest, and then I just crawl right into bed and go to bed. But even if I crawl into bed lately, I just stay up on my phone and I do things, and I'm just, or I'm like cleaning, or we're just hanging out. I don't know, but I just have not been going to bed as early as I should be. So I think that has a lot to do with waking up at 5 a.m. I think I still need a good amount of sleep, and I think I've been denying myself that. So we will try again tonight. See, I will check in the morning. 5 a.m. I will be up. Okay. Good morning. It is now 5:46. I did not crawl out of bed until a few minutes after 5:20. I did hit snooze twice this morning. I was tired. I tried to go to bed early last night, and I even like laid in bed and I didn't scroll too much. I read my book, but it got to the good part of the book, so I ended up reading for 40 minutes, and then it was a murder mystery, and so, well, not a murder mystery, but it was like one of those books, so I had a really hard time falling asleep after. So I went to bed later than I wanted, but I did force myself to get out of bed this morning at 5:20, and it was really hard. It was like one of those things where you walk to the bathroom and you're going to the bathroom in the morning and you're just like not opening your eyes. You're so tired. But I did it, and I'm proud of myself, and it was hard. Anyhow, I will check back in a couple days. I hope to keep this going. Today is Saturday, and Monday starts week 3 of this. So I'm like halfway through, not doing great. So I hope that I'm a lot stronger and a lot better this second half of the month. We will see. Whew. Okay, I think we're finally set up. I'm gonna be really honest, it's not the end of a full month of waking up at 5 a.m. And I'm gonna be even more honest that I maybe woke up 10 days at 5 a.m. And I'm gonna explain because I feel like a failure. I don't like asking myself to do things, especially when I'm putting it out on the internet and then not following up. I hate flakies. Like, I hate flaky people. I hate flaking out on things. I hate saying I'm going to do something and then not being able to do it, or not being able to do it as well as I know that I can and as well as I want to. So it is super disappointing, and it's really hard for me to sit here and admit, but I'm just gonna be really honest with you guys and how things went, and just kind of my overall thoughts about waking up at 5 a.m. Here it is. We're sitting down and we're doing this with you right now. So like I said, I did not do great at waking up at 5 a.m. I, in fact, did, as you've seen, pretty terribly. But I did enjoy waking up at 5 a.m. It definitely started a lot easier and has gotten a lot harder to wake up. And I don't like to make excuses, but I think this is actually a pretty valid excuse, is I'm just so incredibly exhausted. I'm not in my 3rd trimester yet. I am pregnant, if you didn't know. I am pregnant right now, but I'm not in my 3rd trimester. I'm supposed to be at like my peak energy, and so I think that's what's been like the hardest for me, is that I do not feel like I've been at my peak energy. I feel like I hit it around 20 weeks, and then it's just kind of been declining ever since then. And so it's been so hard to get out of bed at 5 a.m. I mean, it's always a little bit hard to get out of bed at 5 a.m. The temptation to sleep in is so real, especially when you don't go to bed at a good hour, which I wasn't doing. I wasn't being really strict with myself. I just wasn't doing what I knew that I needed to do in order to be able to wake up at 5 a.m. and sorry for all the background noise. We're at my in-laws' house and it's just craziness right now. I didn't get to go to bed and I didn't do the things that I needed to do in order for me to be able to do really well at this challenge that I set for myself. So that's been like not great, but even when I do go to bed at a good hour, when I'm in bed at by 8:30 and asleep between like 9:30 or even as late as 10 o'clock, which still would give me a good solid 7 hours of sleep, I could not do it. It was just so hard. I was just so tired, and truly I'm just gonna chalk it up to pregnancy. I think I've just been exerting myself so much during the day to keep up with Bash, to make sure, sorry, I'm having Braxton Hicks right now. That was random, sorry about that. I can't remember what I was saying. Anyhow, it's just been really, really hard with pregnancy, and like I said, I've just been like kind of mentally beating myself up, and I've debated not even posting this video because I feel dumb. And I'm just like mentally, I'm just mentally really hard on myself when I can't follow up with things that I say that I'm going to do. So I said I was gonna wake up at 5 a.m. and the fact that I just allowed myself to choose not to is really disappointing to me, and it's really hard for me to do, and it's really hard for me to admit out loud, and especially on such a public platform. So that has been really hard, but I think what I've learned is that just it's really good to wake up at 5 a.m. Every day that I didn't regret it. There was like 1 or 2 days where I did, because I was so exhausted by the end of the day and just so physically spent from the day. But for the most part, I do not regret doing it. I think it was really good for me, and I think it was really good for me whether I got work done or even as much work done or not as I wanted to. But it was really good for me to wake up, to be really intentional with my time before Sebastian woke up. And I think it's just really good for me to, at the very least, just like wash my face before Sebastian wakes up, and just having a couple minutes where I don't have to worry about a crying baby, a hungry baby, a baby who needs me, and I just like all I have to focus on is myself, was so good for me. So while I may not continue, at least for the duration of my pregnancy and definitely for postpartum, I think I will continue to try and wake up at least 20 minutes before Bash does, because having that time as a mama to myself is so important. Just being able to fill my own cup even just a little bit before I'm like giving to my husband, giving to my son, giving to others around me. Oh my gosh, what are they doing down there? It was literally silent downstairs when I came upstairs to film. Oh well, it's fine. It is what it is, and there's nothing I can do about it. So anyhows, just having that time to myself is so important. So I did realize that, one, it's super important to have time to myself in the morning, whether it's like an hour and a half if I woke up at 5 and Bash woke up at 6:30, or whether it's 20 minutes just to wash my face, get ready, fill my cup a little bit before I have to give and to serve and to be there for others. And then the next thing I learned is that, and I think this is important, is that it's okay to not wake up at 5 a.m. And it's okay to let yourself rest. Like I said, it's really hard for me especially when I set a certain standard for myself, a certain challenge for myself. It's really important to me that I meet those expectations, that I meet those challenges. It's been hard for me, but it's been good for me to just say, it's okay that you didn't do this perfectly. It's okay that you didn't wake up at 5 a.m. every single day for a month, or even every single day for half of the month that you set out to do it, you know? It's been really hard for me to do this, but it's been really good for me to just say, it's okay, and to learn how to let myself rest. And not just how to let myself rest, but how to let myself rest without feeling super guilty. I still have a little bit of guilt, as I've shared, as I've mentioned, but I have been able, at least in the mornings, I feel like a lot of the guilt is coming up because I'm filming this and I'm saying it all out loud and I'm admitting to my imperfections, my faults, things like that. But like in the mornings, when my alarm goes off at 5 a.m. and I either snooze it or I just straight up turn it off, or even the night before I turn it off because I'm just like, nope, it's not happening. I'm not waking up at 5 a.m. I think it's okay. And allowing myself to even feel somewhat okay and at peace with that is incredibly huge for me, because I'm just like, I'm a perfectionist at heart. I don't like to flake. I don't like to fail. Hi, I'm filming. Can't even remember what I was saying. Even though I know people and everybody in this household like watches my videos, I get really self-conscious about filming. I feel like I was in a flow. Yeah, that is what I've learned. I've learned that it's really good to have that time to myself, and I've learned that it is also okay to rest. And especially in this time as I'm prepping for baby number 2, as my body is not only like putting so much more, like using so much more energy to make another human being, but at the same time I'm having to care for not only myself this time around, but also Sebastian. It is a lot harder to have as much energy as I want to, and it's okay that I don't. And that's totally normal, and I'm exactly where I should be pregnancy-wise and energy-wise. So anyhows, that is my rant. That is how this challenge went for me. Did not go according to plan, not even kind of, but it's okay. Good challenge, hard challenge. Waking up at 5 a.m. is hard, whether you want to or not. It's hard. So anyhows, I'm gonna close this video because I just feel like my brain is too many places. I've been interrupted so many times and I'm just feeling not 100% right now mentally. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this video. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.